North Korea has shocked the world again. Kim Jong Un, the nation's enigmatic leader, has declared a chilling plan. He intends to massively expand North Korea's nuclear arsenal. This is a dangerous escalation. It has sent shockwaves through the international community. Kim's announcement came during a celebration of North Korea's founding. He spoke of boosting the country's nuclear capability. He emphasized its readiness to use it. This signals a terrifying shift. North Korea appears more willing than ever to use nuclear weapons. This move shatters hopes for denuclearization. It raises serious concerns about stability in the region. South Korea and Japan are particularly worried. They are closely monitoring North Korea's actions. The world is holding its breath. We are all wondering what will happen next. The implications are far-reaching. A regional arms race could erupt. Decades of non-proliferation efforts could be undone. The situation is fluid and dangerous. Diplomatic channels are open, but the path forward is fraught with uncertainty. The world watches and waits. The stakes are incredibly high. Why is Kim Jong Un making this gamble? The answer lies in the nature of his regime. It is built on fear, paranoia, and a relentless pursuit of power. Kim sees enemies everywhere. He views the United States and its allies as existential threats. Nuclear weapons, in Kim's eyes, are the ultimate insurance policy. They are a way to guarantee the survival of his regime. He believes a credible nuclear threat will keep his enemies at bay. It's a dangerous and misguided calculation. But Kim also sees nuclear weapons as leverage. He wants recognition on the world stage. He craves a seat at the table of global powers. He's willing to use nuclear blackmail to get it. This strategy has brought him limited success in the past. It has resulted in sanctions and international condemnation. Yet, Kim persists. He seems to believe that nuclear weapons are the key to his survival. It's a gamble that could have devastating consequences for his people and the world. North Korea's neighbors are watching with growing alarm. South Korea, a vibrant democracy, finds itself on the front line. Its capital, Seoul, is within range of North Korean artillery. The threat of conflict is a constant shadow. The South Korean government has condemned North Korea's actions. It is calling for unity against Pyongyang's provocations, but there is a limit to what it can do alone. South Korea relies heavily on the United States for its security. Japan, another key U.S. ally, is also deeply concerned. North Korea has threatened Japan in the past. Its missile technology is rapidly advancing. Japan is now well within range. The Japanese government is urging tougher sanctions. It wants increased diplomatic pressure on North Korea. But like South Korea, Japan knows its options are limited. The situation highlights the need for a coordinated international response. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on global security. Section 4. Global Backlash, Condemnation, and the Shadow of War. The international community is united in its condemnation. The United Nations Security Council has imposed numerous sanctions on North Korea over the years. The goal is to cripple its economy. The hope is to force Kim Jong Un to abandon his nuclear ambitions. But these measures have had limited success. North Korea is adept at evading sanctions. It is willing to endure incredible hardship. Its people have suffered for decades under a brutal regime. The United States faces a difficult dilemma. It is committed to defending its allies in the region. It has bolstered its military presence. It conducts joint exercises with South Korea and Japan. But this show of force carries its own risks. It could provoke North Korea. It could escalate tensions. It could even lead to a catastrophic conflict. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution. Section 5. China's Dilemma, Balancing Act on the Brink. China is North Korea's closest ally. It provides economic and diplomatic support, but even China is growing increasingly uneasy. It has condemned North Korea's nuclear tests. It has supported some UN sanctions. However, China is wary of pushing too hard. It fears instability on its border. It does not want to see a flood of refugees. It also wants to avoid a unified Korea allied with the United States. China's leverage over North Korea is considerable, but it is not unlimited. Beijing is walking a tightrope. It wants to rein in its unruly neighbor, but it also wants to protect its own interests. The success or failure of international efforts to denuclearize North Korea may hinge on China's actions. Section 6. A glimmer of hope, the uncertain future of diplomacy. The path forward is fraught with peril. Diplomacy has failed to deter North Korea in the past. Kim Jong Un seems determined to continue his nuclear program. He sees it as his guarantee of survival. But giving up on diplomacy is not an option. The stakes are too high. The consequences of conflict are too terrible to contemplate. The international community must remain engaged. It must keep channels of communication open. There is a glimmer of hope. North Korea has shown some willingness to engage in talks in the past. Perhaps with the right incentives, a deal can be struck. It will require patience, persistence, and a united front from the international community. The future of the Korean Peninsula, and perhaps the world, may depend on it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more updates.